Welcome! Today we will be talking about the ARCI methodology, and it is a methodology that it can be used if you are involved in organizational design or redesign, or also if you are involved in change management, specifically in post-integration activities that require a change of processes and change in organization and, for example, a redundancy process. Particularly, the ARCI methodology is useful because it helps the practitioner mapping roles and responsibilities within a business unit and a team. We all know when you are dealing with change, there are, the different functions that say, well, this is not part of my job description, this is not my job. For example, when something goes missing, it's not my fault, it's actually them, it's actually we are the one that are doing things right, they are the one that are doing things wrong, and so on and so forth. So, in order to avoid this issue and to create clarity, the ARCI model can be used. But what does it mean? What does actually ARCI stands for? Well, let's look at the acronym. Well, first of all, the A stands for accountable. Basically, it means that this process will give us the possibility to identify the person that is making the final decision. So basically, it's the person that is finally accountable for a specific activity or for a specific business function. Basically, the buck stops here. R stands for responsible. So basically, this is the person that is responsible to carry out a specific activity or tasks. Of course, we can have more individuals who are responsible within a certain function or within a certain business units, because it's very unlikely that one single individual will be responsible for the whole entire activities within a process. C stands for consulted, and this is actually the individual that has to be consulted before a decision is taken or before an activity is carried out, basically to double check whether it's okay to go ahead or not. I stands for informed, and actually stands for the individual or individuals that have to be informed after a change has been implemented. A change we are talking about, for example, a process or, for example, an activity that is being carried out. As you can see, we are covering 360 degrees of all the aspects of a specific function. So not only the person that is responsible to carry out the activity, but also those who are accountable whether something goes right or most likely whether something goes wrong. But also those that has to be consulted, so that basically is a double checking process, and those who have to be informed. It is not unusual to hear people saying, oh, but I didn't know actually the process got changed. So it's a very, very simple methodology, but it's extremely helpful and very useful to resolve basically the following problems, because it helps identifying the activities and the tasks that have to be carried out. Who is the person that is accountable for it? It's very important to determine only one person is accountable for business unit or function, because if you start having too many, of course they will start going, it's not me, it's him or her. So one person that is accountable, the person or people who are responsible for a business unit or for a task, in this case, as we said, can be more than one, but actually they have to be specifically identified. Who has to be consulted and informed of any changes in the process and the activities, so that consulted before a decision is made or actually a change is implemented, and those who have to be informed after a decision is taken or a change, or for example, of a process has been implemented. Basically, the ARCI helps creating clarity, avoid misunderstandings and overlap of activities, basically duplication of efforts. You would know exactly who's responsible for what, who's accountable for what, who has to be consulted, who has to be informed. So very, very easy to implement and very, very effective, because it can be easily understood by your clients. Thank you so much for watching.